Hey, Cody. Can you hear me?
Hey, Austin, you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry
Good.
about the confusion.
No, no
Um,
worries.
Andre is the was the organizer, and going forward, I know that he's going in every other meeting. And
Okay.
we wouldn't be able to get into the meeting if he was organizer. So that wouldn't work. So we just updated the invite for me as organizer for the future.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I thought we did that earlier, but I guess not. Um, so thanks for being
Nice.
on top of things. How are things going for you?
Things are well. Things are well. It's cold. It's never a good time to sell sunglasses in the winter, but yeah, you just keep pushing forward, brother. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. How was uh the Mito conference?
it was good. It was good. Yeah, productive. It was yeah, it was good. Busy, eventful, you know. So I had a good time.
And you had your business cards with you?
They came in time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
it came in.
I know.
Um,
Seriously. Seriously. So it all
and they
worked
were
out.
helpful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Super helpful. It was kind of, there's like the language barrier. You know what I mean? So like I deal with like a lot of like Chinese, Asian vendors, Taiwan, China, mainland China. So like telling them like, hey, scan my code, but it was kind of like it took them a while to get it, and I hopefully they got it and scanned, but you never know. So, but I
Was it
guess
hard for them to scan at all? Like
no,
physically
it
trying
was just kind of like we're in talk conversation, and kind of like my kind of like icebreaker was like, hey, if you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, scan the booth. We have some additional information about like the same products we offer and things like that. So that was kind of like how I left it with them.
Mhm.
So in hopes of them, me walking away and them scanning.
Yeah.
So we just cross our fingers, I guess.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, I mean, internationally, you would say within the glasses, and because it's not just sunglasses at that conference, it's also glasses, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just eyewear. So I'm assuming you could get it even into like the goggles are included in that? Like even like
So
sportswear, like
there's
snow.
everything's there at the show.
Yeah.
Like they have a little bit of like lens processing equipment for like opticians, and so like
Wow.
I try to kind of like walk everywhere just to kind of make sure like I kind of you know covered everything. But the place is like 1 million square meters, like
Yeah.
huge. Uh,
Yeah.
so but it's
This,
it was good. It's like I kind of really my main purpose of going is to, like meet with my current vendors. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So like the business card was just like an addition to kind of you know further kind of show everyone what we do. So I was kind of telling them about it, and so I hope we get a bunch of scans. But
Well, we'll see. Adrian's got a task to review those in I think it was like a week after or two.
cool,
Uh,
cool. All
Um,
right.
I was just thinking about this is off the cuff. I mean, do you have any contacts with any what's the word? Big optometrists? Is that the word I'm thinking of?
So that's kind of why we've been trying to do like the medium business outreach.
Okay.
We tried to kind of the main goal is to expand B2B. So we've tried the Costco USA route. We keep pushing that. We've tried some other big retailers, but like I think now we were trying to really focus on like this small to medium sized businesses and trying to
Yeah.
pick up a few of those to just strengthen the network.
Yeah, what I'm
So
thinking is I'm just thinking about authority because I was looking as we were going through your sell sheets, I was just like, well, I mean, this language we're using is, I mean, even we say it in the copy, like it's scientific, it's kind of scientifically proven. Having someone that's actually in, like maybe has a doctorate or a medical degree to interact with, even as a review or a testimony to your like melanin, is that how you pronounce
yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly. Melanin. Yeah.
Super helpful. Um, like I'm just thinking about that. So I didn't know if you had
Yeah,
any.
maybe that's something we want to work on for, Q2. Like, maybe like we kind of look for some good eye health professionals who, have a good reputation and see if we can approach them, send them some samples and get, a testimonial or see, what that kind of looks like.
Yeah. Do you have
So
do you have any personal connections here in New England?
I don't honestly. Um,
Something to
so
brainstorm in the future. That
yeah,
could be
definitely.
it could be an easy win. Just thinking about authority and blog posts, that could add a little bit more authority. And having someone that you personally know that would be in that vein of work, I could see being helpful, at least in the New England area, if not
Yeah.
uh,
So
further out.
the patent holder, we had the patent holder, he's like a doctor, he's a chemist.
Oh,
So we've had him do like a testimony, like kind of like a little brief kind of video for us before, like a long time ago, maybe like 2012, 2013-ish. And he's just kind of like very technical. Like he
mhm.
doesn't kind of come across as very warm, and like someone you'd take his advice. He's kind of just more like very scientific, and so definitely like that would be cool for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it came to
So
my mind because I didn't even think about, oh, like optometry being there at Mid-O conference, and having like eye doctors. Because a lot of our language in especially with the infusion, it just seems like a no-brainer, someone that we would want to partner with, when it has that scientific, or the brand has that scientific bent.
yeah, definitely, and I think that's really the goal for this year is to really approach the opticians, the optometrists. I call them the O's,
Yeah, the O's.
ophthalmologists.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. The encompassing group of O's. We approach them and try and get not only to be sold in their practice, but to also approach them as for a testimonial or so I think that would definitely be a huge win. Um,
Yeah,
when before we started the medium business outreach, I had kind of been approached by like some companies to like buy like a list of O's. You know what I mean? Like a list of opticians, ophthalmologists, and I think that's kind of why we said let's do the lead forward thing first and see if we get any traction there before we kind of go and approaching the list. So
yeah,
I definitely think that the main goal for this year is to definitely get after the O's
yeah.
for sure.
Well, here's something. Are your glasses right now prescriptive?
They are. Yeah, they
Well,
are.
you should go to the eye doctor and then make a
Yeah.
relationship with your eye doctor.
It's funny because I've tried that and I tried to get
Okay.
him to carry the product and he doesn't want to carry any sunglasses. He only wants to do like eyeglasses. And I tried to sell him reading glasses. He didn't want to do that.
Okay.
It was
Hmm.
but to kind of segue that, one thing I've kind of been really thinking about that I want to I guess kind of like more like philanthropically kind of approach is kind of like the idea of like giving away glasses to people
Yeah.
in need. You know what I mean? So like I really kind of want to try and find some foundations to give stuff away to. And my eye doctor, he kind of deals with that end. So I had even told him like, hey, listen, I'll donate some glasses to your foundation. They go to Costa Rica once a year and just do free eye exams. So like I have a good relationship with my eye doctor. I have kind of like really approached him and tried talking with him, but I won't get a testimonial from him for sure. So
Well, hey, yeah, I mean, I've learned in my own philanthropic work that, yeah, you have to give not just a little, you have to kind of give a lot to get something coming back to you in your own work. This is side note. I do calligraphy on the side, and so I do a lot of artwork for people and friends. It's more or less just to get my name and work out there. But at the same time, I know that those relationships are being cultivated by just doing some simple good to friends and family. But
cool.
that's produced some clients. So yeah.
Nice.
Anyway,
Nice.
uh, let's get moving. But I thought those are some cool things to talk about. It's good for me to know that context.
Yeah.
All right. So just in general, let's pick up scorecards. We have January. I don't know if we went through this last time. I don't believe so. Um, but regardless, online store visitors was more in January than December. So that's great by 300, almost 300. So that's great. Email subscribers, it's continually steadily going up. That's great. Um, LinkedIn, consistently going up. LI page followers, it's been steady at 9. And then, of course, it's going to drop from December. But looking at least, I don't know if we go further than July, but we've certainly, I could say, October, November, that's when things start picking up somewhere. I think it's relatively consistent. Walmart sales. Does this have to do with a little bit of list cleanup that we've had problems with, you think?
Yeah, and the fact that just kind of never really, like kind of popped off and
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
um
Okay.
so
And then Amazon sales. Looks like, yeah, boom, boom. All right. And of course, December. So yeah, overall good. And this is slowly moving up. So you went up 300, 300 exactly. So that's encouraging. Um, Other things, OTG guide rebranding. So I need to go over these things. I'll review the rebrand and then I'll send it over to you to
okay.
review. This I've repinged. We don't have Adrian working on this. We have another guy. I don't know if you met Alex.
Yes, I've met him before.
Okay. Yeah, he's working on that. I've pinged him again about that. I did a little bit of research on my end. Um, Let me see what I can't remember exactly what I said, but regardless, you can opt out of like your original question, is it possible for our items to appear on other stores without us having to show competing items? You can opt out of numerous categories. I'm just clarifying with Alex because he has the back end access. Uh,
Okay.
is can you opt out of everything? So
Okay.
I think so. Just getting final clarification from Alex.
All
Um, Still waiting on Andre for some input on the testimonial push campaign. Where we left that with, let me double check. Yeah, we're keeping an eye out on the testimonial submissions. So we're kind of still waiting and seeing on that. Um, and then the optimization for ads in January. Um, I did, let me think. I believe I get these mixed up all the time with, um, for some reason I got this mixed up with medium business. But let me just jump here real quick. Yeah, so you asked this question. I have reached out to Andre
right.
to answer this one.
Okay.
And then I just sent this for you to review. You had a question about for the direction, so we have adjusted copy for that. We also have Andre just notified me that we have two or three lists ready. Um, I think he said list ready for review. And then so that's just right before this meeting.
Okay.
Uh, so that's moving. Business cards, great. He's gonna check the analytics on that.
Mhm.
Um, Action graphics. So yeah, as I understand, the first batch was approved. Uh,
Correct.
was there anything more in the queue that you had in mind?
Yeah, I've got about another three sketched out. Right before this meeting, I had about one typed into base camp. I should have the other two. And
Okay.
then maybe later tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. Amazon, Walmart listings. Lesnar working on the last batch,
Mhm.
and then the sell sheet. Uh, if I remember right, let me just go here because I know we have. Oh yeah, I've sent you the PDF. Were you able to access this?
All good. Yep.
Okay. And you're planning to print those?
No, not at the
Okay.
moment. I just wanted to have them kind of on deck just in case they need them.
All right.
So
That's great. Um, the U.S. outreach. So I know you just got back from Mido. Were you able to follow up with the U.S.?
it's scheduled for this Thursday, both of them.
Oh,
US
okay.
and Canada follow up.
All right. Let's just do this. Great. Awesome. Sweet. So things are moving here. Other than that, that's the updates on the tasks we've had. So things are moving.
Okay.
Was there anything else you specifically wanted to talk about from for the future?
So the first question I had is the if you could just clarify where we are at the testimonial push stuff. I know
Test, yeah,
we're gonna send one, and then I think we sent it like 12/26 right after the promo, and I don't know if we ever resent it or if it
yeah,
ever the first batch ever went out. So just kind of figure out where we are with that.
yeah. So I was confirming with Adrian about this is about a week ago. A new email for testimonies will be planned after reviewing the current submission rates. So we're just waiting for submission rates. And Andre or Adrian was like, "That's how I understand it." Andre didn't have any further thoughts yet. I can reping him on that. But the current status is we're just waiting to see how submission rates go and how we should adjust based off of those submission rates. So
Okay.
um, the testimonial setup, if I understand it, we're going to review the submission rates. I'm going to have them try and do that. What is today, the 10th? Probably Thursday, at the latest. That's at least what I'm going to push for. And then, yeah, we'll see from there what we can adjust. Does that
All
sound
right.
good?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Um, so I don't currently have access um, to the current submissions. Uh, Adrian does along with Andre. So I'll ping them
Okay.
about that. It's
Okay.
good. Testimonials. Put that in there. Mm, great. Cool. Um, okay. Good. Anything else that you wanted to talk about or had questions?
Yeah. Yeah. So Q1 we've kind of got laid out. Q2, do we have any thoughts as to any other initiatives that we can do to kind of strengthen the brand?
Hmm.
Again, I think the main goal is to increase the testimonials and to increase the business to business and the direct to consumer, the website stuff. So like, is there anything we can come up with new, different that we can do for Q2 to kind of strengthen everything we already got going on?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not putting you on the spot now. You can talk about it with Adrian and Andre, and we can talk about it next meeting. But that would just kind of be one thing for
Yep.
sure.
You said strength and brand awareness. Was that the first one?
So testimonials, and then I would say we want to strengthen like business to business, like the
Oh,
B2B.
B2B.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Q2 initiatives. Um, mm, thinking here.
And then one thing I really want to do, like I had mentioned,
Yeah.
is I also want to start like giving away some stuff.
Say that
Like
again.
again, I want to start giving away some product. I've got like a storage unit of like closeout product that I kind of want to,
Oh,
I'm not sure like I mean I want to find a foundation, a charity, that does maybe helps migrant workers, that maybe helps people who other people who work outdoors in the sun, long hours, farmers, things like that. I would say domestically, but also some internationally. I'm willing to send some stuff to kind of, if it's the right charity, if it's the right cause. I think that should kind of be like one of our missions for um,
that's great.
Q2, Q3 as
Yeah.
well.
Um, yeah, no, that's great. Giveaway initiative. You said you have a storage unit full of old product?
Yeah, yeah, about 3/4 full.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Awesome. All right. No, I'll talk with because Andre's our strategist. He's doing a lot of this stuff. He's got a lot more context than I do from
awesome.
the past. I'm just curious. You can help me. This will just kind of like stir up some ideas.
Yeah,
Have you done giveaway initiatives in the past?
no.
Okay.
In the past, like I've tried to do like closeout initiatives, like trying to find like a liquidator to buy it all. And we kind of went that route, and they're kind of like offering me pennies on the dollar. And I think I'd rather give it away to someone who genuinely needs it rather than, let these people come in and give me nothing for it.
Okay. Doesn't sound like it ended well, usually. Um, okay. Yeah, so these are things that we can definitely highlight. Um, the testimonial, I'm just gonna continue to put this out there, uh, so we don't forget about it, especially our conversation earlier. The um, medicine, um, da, 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 referrals, uh, um, gosh, um, even just talking about like uh, uh, what do you? I can't remember how you spell it every time. It's called I want to say melatonin, but that's not right at all. Uh,
Yeah, melanin. Yep.
melanin,
With an A. Yeah,
uh, like
there you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, why care? Um, other so B2B. So usually, have you guys? What's been the general B2B targets? You said you did say like optometrists, like optical organizations. Was there any other B2Bs that you focused on?
So in the past, we really tried to leverage what we have, like with our specialty of dealing with wholesalers, and kind of leverage that. So we went after
Okay.
BJ's, Costco USA, Sam's Club, Walmart.
Okay.
Um, in addition to some other, retailers, like I think we approached like we have a list that Adrian has that of all the people we've made mini websites for to kind of send them proposals and things like that. So
Mhm.
True Value, things like that. Really kind of big targets has kind of
Yeah.
been the previous kind of targets, which is kind of why we were focused now kind of a little bit more medium to business. But again, I kind of we're it's cold outreach that what we've been doing. So I know it's kind of different, but definitely like it's like it's like a see for yourself type of thing. Like we got to think outside the box, but also I think once they have the product in hand, they're able to immediately see the benefits,
Yeah.
that one has to offer.
I'm
So
thinking I'm thinking also about the premium. So you're talking about B2B. Um, if there's any others, I'm not thinking of any other B2Bs I can think of. Um, I have to think a little bit more about those, even in your local area. Um, is that something you want to focus on? Is your local area to some extent? Are you looking at more of a focus on another geolocation that's warmer, more consistently, like Florida, Texas, so on and so forth?
yeah, I mean, I really don't have any target in mind.
Yeah.
Just an overall. Again, it was the O's previously, but I think it also would do well in like a gift shop, things like that.
Okay. Um, shots. Okay. Gift shots. So COI, do you know what COI is?
What do you mean?
Do you know what that acronym stands for?
No.
Center of influence. So if you could think, I mean, I'm thinking about what's going well for you,
Hmm.
uh, especially your social media, um, and just thinking about your brand. It's a little bit more conservative in its tone. It's not as flashy as Primo frames that you have, but um, I'm just thinking, is there any people specifically outside of B2B, is there any people that you would say like, oh, it'd be really cool if this person had our sunglasses?
Um, So I think we have it really positioned right now, like it's like an outdoor, natural. Melanin is like nature's sun protectant for 5,000 years, things like that. So I think like, like even like outdoor boys would be cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like someone who really, adventurous hiking.
Brett, Bear Grylls.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Exactly. Something,
think,
because we have the fit over stuff, which is like it has no coolness to it. But then we have like some sunglasses which have the same technology, so it's kind of like the balance of, just life, I guess,
yeah.
so
Yeah. I'm just thinking, how can you leverage if there's any, if you give me a little bit more on Primo's, like what was its purpose originally? Help me kind of understand the purpose of
for
Primo.
Primo,
Yeah. Like what made you start that and how is it related to ESP?
so it has no relation to ESP.
Okay.
Okay, ESP was founded mainly as a lens performance company. We have this premium lens that is better than polarization, that provides the eyes the best possible protection. That was kind of the basis of ESP.
Yeah.
The basis of Primo was really just the need and desire to want something better than like eyewear that everyone has or that that's offered at lens crafters. So we
Mhm.
not only provide and curate a fine selection of the best vintage and designer frames, but we also tell the story and history behind them. So
Okay.
we do like quick little videos on the frames Tupac wore to the 1996 American Music Awards. I have
Yeah.
a video coming right now, the frames that Tim Burton wore to the premiere of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Like just kind of like these weird kind of pieces in time where these glasses kind of appeared that
Yeah.
you may have saw, you may not have, but this is kind of what it was. So that's kind of the basis of Primo frames, and then there's
Okay.
Melanin, which is kind of like the blue light kind of section of the Melanin lens stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's helpful because I know like the purposes were different, but we do have it on our scorecard, and I was just like, okay, what kind of connection do we want to make or utilize that? And how can we use the momentum that's already in Primo, if there's any, for SP or ESP? So that's something I was thinking about. But as I understand it, ESP is something that you've utilized, or it's something that your dad started.
correct,
Yeah, yeah,
correct.
okay,
Yeah.
that's helpful. Um, So yeah, I'm also thinking about the B2B, um, but also we've had, let me think here, because the product is not a massive sell when it comes to the to customers B2C. That's something I would also consider looking at too when it comes to initiatives. But uh, like I said, I will definitely lean towards those who have been working with you longer, and I'll talk with Andre,
Yeah.
his thoughts. But when I think
Okay.
of a center of influence for outdoor wear, stuff like that, like Bear Grylls would be one of those guys. That'd be cool.
Yeah, 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 for
But
sure, for sure. But
uh,
again, it's also, I think like you said, it kind of has like the ESP stuff has like a health aspect to it.
mhm.
So is the targeter now like someone who just had eye surgery and whose eyes are very vulnerable, or like someone who's older, which I think may be a good little niche for ESP to kind of
Yeah,
fill in.
yeah.
So um,
I'm also kind of gathering. Is there any other companies that use melanine in their because I haven't heard of it until I started working with you. Is there any other companies
yeah.
that is it pretty common?
No, no,
Okay.
it's not at all. Like the melanin lens was kind of like my dad's thing. Like he
Okay.
loved the melanin lens, and like he had a good relationship with the patent holder, the chemist who I kind of mentioned, and
Awesome.
his kind of goal was just to sell as many lenses as he could. But I think it's uh they kind of have their own both little kind of segment and niche, but I think the ESP stuff is kind of a more technical product. To be
Yeah.
quite honest with you, a lot of people don't care.
Mhm.
They don't care. They care, is it a Ray-Ban? Is it Christian Dior? You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, it's not a branded sunglass. No, I don't want them. So
Yeah.
I think it takes like a more educated consumer to care, to get it, to kind of,
Yeah.
really grasp it and want to give it a try, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of those people that would be involved in that kind of thing, maybe baseball players, fishers, um,
Yeah. Yeah.
stuff
But
like that.
like
It's
there is
plastic.
other companies that have like a better like they try and say our lens is better.
Yeah.
Like Spy has what they call the happy lens. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So there's other companies that have like their own little stick with their lens, but nothing like us that goes beyond polarization. You know,
Yeah.
that's kind of good. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was something I was gonna say. What was it? Oh, you said no one really, you know, I think you said it like this. No one cares really about, the as much about the technical lenses, uh, as much as the maybe like what you call it primo story and the more stylistic frames. So it's more or less okay. How do we make them care?
yeah,
So I
exactly.
was even thinking about not your personal testimonies, but even in your own experience and maybe um, crossing of culture, of connections within the sunglasses environment and culture, you could find uh, testimonies of people being very thankful that they did have uh, technical lenses, sunglasses in general.
Mhm.
Um, for example, uh, I would have gotten into this car crash if I didn't have those OTGs. Um, I'm thinking
And I
it
think
could
that's where
be
we're going with the testimonial request.
are
You
those
know,
testimony is those testimonials not just
it's yeah, share your thoughts, 30 minutes, what you love most about ESP or your experience with ESP, and we'll give you 50% off your next purchase.
yeah. So more going broadly on the idea of the need for technical glasses. Taking
Exactly.
a step outside of the company rather than just ESP testimonials, but technical glass testimonials that are more general, that are stories that are going to grip people to think about, oh, I might need to consider getting some. Here's ESP.
Yeah.
So that's something to consider. Maybe expanding the horizon on testimonials outside of just ESP, but more general, highlighting the need through stories of people using technical glasses. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's something I'm thinking about. But anyways,
Cool.
we'll start with that. I'll talk with Andre, and we'll see where we can go from there. I'll grab his context too, and Adrian, since I know they've been working with you a little bit longer. Sound good?
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah. Well, unrelated, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you like the city of Providence?
I so some background. I grew up in Indiana, so I grew up on a farm, man. And everybody is it's very culturally Christian. And seeing people are like very nice on the surface, and it doesn't feel like it kind of feels like you're playing niceties all the time. But in Providence, it feels a little bit more gritty, it feels a little bit more real. It feels people are just gonna be honest and like how they're feeling, and they'll tell you if they don't like it or they do like it, whatever you said, and so on and so forth. It's a little bit grittier. But I lived in DC for about 5 years, and so DC is kind of like a step down from Providence in that kind of cultural shift. And I loved DC. I found it so refreshing. The same idea is here in Providence. It's the people here are very raw and real. They'll tell you what they don't like, and they tell you what you like or what they do like, and I appreciate that. So on the social aspect, I've enjoyed it. The weather, I've actually found it refreshing too, because Indiana's pretty wintry in the winter when it comes to snow, cold weather. So nothing here is really new other than the amount of snow, which I've found is abnormal uh, in the past 2 weeks. I don't think I've seen the grass here yet since I've been here.
True. That's true.
Uh,
Hey, man, well, let me know if you need any restaurant recommendations. Best pizza spot in the city. I got to know it all.
hey, I will
Born and
definitely
raised.
take you up on that.
All right. Cool.
Thanks for
Cool.
asking.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How far away are you? Where'd you say you live in the Providence area?
So like I'm right on the line, like a
Oh,
Providence and Cranston.
okay.
So
Yeah,
But
Providence.
like, yeah, my mother lives right downtown, so like I'm going to pick her up and take her out to dinner right now, right after this. So so she
That's
lives
good
like in
fun.
living down there. So we hang out like a couple times a week. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I will definitely take you up on that. So
cool,
it's been great.
cool.
Enjoying it.
Yeah, what area do you live in?
I live in Elmhurst,
Okay,
which is like 10 minutes from the center of Providence. So
nice.
we have the other great thing about this too is we have a lot of good friends that are within like I should say seven, like a 10 to or 10 to 14 people that are within walking distance of our home, which is really
Wow,
awesome.
no,
So
nice.
it's sweet in that way too. So that's just coming. We moved here and there's a church that we're joining and there's some people I knew from the past who moved up here and
Wow,
that's how we got connected. And yeah, the people here, they've been really sweet. Great relationships. So I'm about to hang out with one of the pastors. He loves basketball. I'm gonna be hanging out with him, and that's my background is basketball. I played college
nice.
ball, so will bond. We bond over that quite a bit. And basketball here is also a great thing, a big thing.
Yeah,
So
for
Indiana
sure.
is considered, the home of basketball. With its Naismith Hall of Fame and the home of Converse, Chuck Converse. The movie Hoosiers, which I'm surprised people outside of Indiana know about. If you don't know, it's okay. So that's another thing I really enjoy in the area.
Nice. Yeah, we love basketball too. My son plays basketball.
Awesome. It's a great
Yeah,
sport.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
So yeah,
Cool, man.
hey, thanks for asking. Thanks for catching up.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Appreciate your time. It's good to talk
Yep,
to you. And yeah, I'll be sure to shoot you a couple emails and send you some stuff on Basecamp.
sounds good. Thanks,
All right,
man.
cool, man. Have a good rest of your week. All right.
Yep. See you later.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.